Okay, so for this video lecture, we're going to be discussing inventory or items under the inventory module, which will be needed for the management of our warehouse, management of our inventory items, and also the management of the goods that we have in our inventory item. To start with, let us log into the correct company. Then we log in using our user ID and our password. Then we log in. We wait for everything to load. Okay, so if you are given the select branch, default branch, so simply click on that branch. And then confirmation of recurring postings, you just close it. You don't need that. And then for system message, you also need to close that. We don't need that also. Okay, so we now go to the first concern. The first concern will be the preparation of your warehouses. Okay, so basically, a company needs to prepare labels or databases of the warehouse that they are using in the company. And for, let's say, for example, in this particular case, we are going to have, or we are going to create new warehouses. So first thing to do that is to go to administration, then go to setup, and then go to inventory, and then your warehouses. Okay, so let's repeat that: administration, setup, inventory, and then warehouses. Okay. So by default, you're already on add mode. Okay, so you don't need to do anything there. If again, if you need to look for existing warehouses, you switch to find mode. So that's either Control F or you click on the find tool here. Okay, or to add Control A. Okay, so first thing that you need to do is to put your warehouse code. So let us assume that this is going to be HW001. Okay, so that's or WH001, and then it's going to be dash A. Okay, so let's just assume that this will be the warehouse code, and then warehouse name, let's say this is the hidden warehouse. Okay, so next, location. So you can define new location here. Okay, so the location, let's assume this is going to be in the Dagupan. Okay, and then okay, and then okay again. So now you have a location here. The branch here is, of course, you need to check or to put your own branch here. Okay, if you need to choose your own branch. Okay, address type does not matter, PO box, for as long as the information are there. So let's just assume that the street number is 50, block number is 2, building will be, let's say, 3rd floor, or let's just say 1st floor, XYZ building. Okay, and then zip code, I don't know the zip code, so let's say this is the Dagupan City. Then county is, let's say, Pangasinan. Okay, country is, of course, Philippines. Let's look for Philippines on the list. And then state, you do not need that. Okay, anyway, let's just say that this is the address. Okay, so in your activities later on, you just simply type in all of the information that are relevant or that are provided in your activity. And then for the accounting, you don't need to change this. This is already set up. Okay, so that's only, or those are the things that you need to do. And then you click add. Okay, so let's try to add one more. So this will be WH001-B. Then this is going to be the hidden warehouse 2. Okay, so location, let's assume this is now going to be in Baguio. Sorry. Okay, then okay, so the branch will be your branch again. Then address type, whatever, so let's just say this is going to be 30, so this is going to be 21st Street. Okay, number 30, block 5. building will be ABC building, then zip code, I don't know, city, let's just this be Baguio City, okay, and all other information. So we don't really need to fill in all of the information, then click add. So from there, we already have 2 warehouses. Okay, so I'll click close now, and later on, if we're going to go to the inventory module and we're going to prepare our new items, there should be additional options on your warehouses there. Okay, so anyway, let's proceed with our next item. So the next item now is the preparation of your items, which are managed by serial number and by batches. So we go to inventory and then item master data. I'll just maximize that. So by default, you are in find mode. So we need to switch to add mode. So Control A. And then let us create a new item. Let's just assume that this is going to be ABC001. And this is going to be computer set. And this is items. The group item, let's just choose whatever. Let's just say this will be PCs. Okay. Do you want to update the item information? Yes. Okay. And then manual base price. Okay, so let's just put unit price at 30,000. Okay. And then the most important thing here, if you're going to create a new item, is to manage or to put the managing setup here, which could either be non-serial numbers or batches. So let us first assume that we are going to manage by serial numbers. And then this should be on every transaction. Okay, meaning we are going to update the serial numbers, or we are going to update the items based on serial numbers for every transaction, meaning from purchase order to goods receipt PO, and then everything. And then from sales order onwards also. So basically, that's what it means here. Purchasing data, do not change that anymore. Sales data, don't change that anymore. Inventory data. Okay, this is what I want you to see. Okay, so basically, if you look into the various items here, you can actually see the warehouses here. Okay, and if you look into the items that we created, there are actually warehouses that are here. Okay, so these are the 2 warehouses that we created a while ago. Now, if you have, or if you want to make sure that all items or this computer set when purchased will go to a particular warehouse, then what you're going to do is to click on a particular warehouse. Okay, however, if the problem did not state, okay, it is going to automatically be under your general warehouse. Okay, but anyway, let's just not choose anything here depending on the problem. So again, to repeat, if the problem stated that you need to choose a particular warehouse, then you do so. But if the problem did not provide any information, okay, then you leave this blank and it will be automatically sorted out as part of the general warehouse. Okay, then from there, you're done. We can click add. And we are done creating ABC001. Let's create another item. This is going to be ABC002. Let's have this as TV set. Okay, and then item type will be items. Item group, let's just have this as, let's try to define new. Okay, and then actually it was hidden. Okay, it switched to this portion. So anyway, let's just have this as TV sets. Then add. Okay, then yes. Okay, so from there, we have now created a new item. So we now have a new item group, which is TV set. Okay, so we can choose that now there. Then UOM group, manual, price list, base price. Let's just assume that this is going to be 50,000. Okay, and then for the general tab, the important thing here is for you to choose the managing setup. So now let us assume that we are going to manage the item by batches, and that will be on every transaction also. So that is how you're going to create, or how you're going to manage it. Okay, so purchasing data, no need. Sales data, no need. Inventory data, again, if your problem or if your activity stated that you need to choose a particular warehouse, okay, then you do so. But if the problem did not state anything, then leave it blank and it will automatically be under a default warehouse, which is the general warehouse. So from there, we can click add, and we are done creating 2 items. Okay, so that's the second thing. So let's recall before we move on. So the first thing that we did was to create new warehouses using the administration module. So that's administration, setup, inventory, and then warehouses. Okay, so if we try to look there, okay, oops, sorry, let's try to switch to find mode first, and then put asterisk there, and you will see all of the warehouses that were created. Okay, so that's basically how you can choose if you're going to find an item. But if you're going to add, you simply switch to add mode. Okay, and then you type everything that is needed. Okay, and then next item that we discussed is the preparation of items that are managed either by serial numbers or by batch. So you simply follow whatever is provided in your activity. And then finally, the third thing that we're going to do now is to prepare a goods receipt. Okay, so again, when you say goods receipt, this is not the same as the one that you have here in purchasing, because goods receipt PO means that you are receiving something from a purchase or from a purchase transaction. Okay, so that's how, or that's when you're going to use purchasing AP. However, if you simply receive goods, okay, goods that are in the form of freebies, goods in the form of items that are not being paid for, okay, then you are not going to use the purchasing AP module. What we are going to use will be the inventory module, and then we have inventory management. Oops, sorry. I mean inventory transactions, and then we are going to use either goods receipt or goods issue. In this case, if you're going to receive a particular item, then you go to goods receipt. Okay, so let's assume that we are going to receive a particular item. Okay, so from there, the first thing that you need to do, actually on the top portion, there's nothing that you're going to do there. You don't need to do anything there. So let's assume that we are going to receive items A001, A002, and A003, and then choose. Okay, so let's assume that, again, to reiterate, these are items that we receive without them being purchased, meaning these are either free items, these are promotional items, or these are items that are in your inventory based on your count but are not recorded. Okay, so let's assume that we are going to have 3 items for 001, 4 items for 002, and let's say 10 items for 003. So that's basically what you're going to do. Okay, then we simply click add. You cannot change this document, continue, yes. So that's basically how you are going to do that. So that's how easy goods receipt is being done. Okay, if you want to go back to that transaction, you simply click last data record, and you will be sent back to the goods receipt that you are able to do. Okay, so that's basically the end of our walkthrough. So to sum up all of the items that we discussed, the first thing that we discussed is how to add a warehouse, which is actually in administration, setup, inventory, and then warehouses. Next is how we are going to create items that are being managed either by serial numbers or by batches, which is basically going to inventory, item master data, and then switch to add mode, and then make sure that the item is managed by either serial numbers or batches. Okay, so that's basically the important thing there before you add the item. Okay, And then the next item is how you are going to receive goods that are not from a purchase transaction. So that's basically going to inventory transactions, and then goods receipt. Okay, so that's basically how you're going to do those items. Okay, if you are done with all of the transactions and you are done with the screenshots of everything, then you can now go to file and then exit, and we're done with the walkthrough. Okay, that's it for your guide for the activities for this week. Thank you.